Happy almost New Year, everyone. I'm recording this episode just days before 2018. And I'm beyond excited to be here with you today and share episode number 100 with you, as well as to reveal what the future holds here at the podcast, as well as what I'm doing locally. I first have to say that it's been my absolute pleasure to bring you the Raising Smart Kids 2.0 podcasts, 100 episodes. It's been amazing. I appreciate you inviting me into your house every week and allowing me to share my passion for raising smarter kids through the arts with you every week. As we approach the new year, I have to tell you that I am more excited about what the future holds here at the podcast than I think I've ever been in my 17 years as a business owner. Before we get there, I just want to take a moment to introduce myself to any of you I haven't yet had the privilege of meeting. My name is Yang Pratt. I'm a wife, a mom of 2 daughters, the author of Raising a Superhero, How to Unleash Your Child's 8 Superpowers and Propel Learning Through the Arts, as well as the host of this very podcast. It is so great to have you here with me today as we celebrate 100 episodes of the 2.0 version of the podcast. Okay, my friends, it's time to reveal the new name for the podcast and for my local brick and mortar business. Are you ready? The new name in 2018 is Our Young Creators. And you can find us online now at ouryoungcreators.com and on Facebook with the same name. Our Young Creators really started off as an experiment. The experiment was to bring my youngest daughter, who is 11, into my business and train her to perform some of the more technical skills that my virtual assistant was doing for me, but to be able to bring my daughter in and pay her instead. After working shoulder to shoulder with her for months, I'm thrilled to share with you that the experiment has been a tremendous success. My 11-year-old now possesses skills like website migration, graphic design for the blog posts, as well as here at the podcast. She's learned to embed video as well as audio onto the posts for each of the episodes. She's also learned to apply tags and text to the images, plus loads more. At 11, she is able to do more for me technically than most adults or business owners that I know can do. The best part is that I've been able to hire her and pay her for these newfound skills. With these skills, she not only can work for me, but she's able to do those same skills for others and get paid to do so that she can fund her own future. Whether that future includes travel or college, no matter what she has planned for her amazing life to come, she now has a vehicle to fund those things without always relying on me and my husband as parents to pay for those things for her. And as a parent, it's incredibly liberating to know that it doesn't have to be stressful if she wants to travel somewhere, if she wants to be an exchange student, if she wants to go to college. We won't need to have to take out a student loan for her to do these things. We don't need to take out a second mortgage on our house to give her the funds to have these life experiences. She now possesses the skills to go out, start her own business if she wants, and serve others as well as herself in the process. So, starting last year, I started sharing this story with fellow business owners about how I'm now able to work side by side with my youngest inside of my business and give her real skills to make a big difference. And the people I've met are so excited about this prospect. They dream of having the ability to work with their kids and bring their families into their business to really transform from a solopreneur kind of ideal to a familypreneur. It really is super exciting to know that kids can do amazing things. And now at Our Young Creators, we're helping you and your kids, whether or not you're in business, to be able to create awesomeness together. Our Young Creators is the culmination of 17 years as a performing arts school owner, the weekly podcast, my published book, and my love of technology, teaching, and empowering kids. In 2018, Our Young Creators will be unleashed to the world and is a rebrand of two arms of my business: Elko Academy of the Arts, the Performing Arts Center, as well as the work I do with other businesses over at the Tech Savvy Studio Owner. After working with thousands of kids and their families over the past 17 years as the owner of a performing arts school, along with being a mom of two daughters, one of the most common frustrations I hear over and over and over again is, how do I get my kids off their devices? My take on this question is, I think it's the wrong question. I believe that by teaching kids to be intentional with their use of technology, we can turn consumption time into creation time. Here at Our Young Creators, we're committed to equipping kids, training kids with marketable real world skills like podcasting so that they can work side by side with their entrepreneurial parents, serve others, and fund their own brighter futures in the process. Does that sound like something you would be into doing with your kids? You see, I'm hardwired with a heart to serve kids, to help them to understand that unique is beautiful and fitting in does them a disservice. I want them to know that who they are and the gifts they bring to the world are meant to be shared in a big, amazing way. Over the past 17 years, everything that I have done has revolved around giving kids the opportunity to shine and for parents to learn to recognize and celebrate what makes their kids unique. You see, I was the kid that always felt out of place and desperately wanted to fit in. I was the kid that did well in school, but performed embarrassingly on standardized tests. I was the kid that always wanted to do things my own way, but never really wanted to draw attention to myself. I was the kid that was too shy to raise my hand in class, even when I knew the answer. I was the kid that never had the confidence to do the things that I really wanted because I thought people would laugh if I tried, or especially if I failed. Because of who I was as a kid, I never want any kid to feel less than. I want kids to embrace themselves, their gifts, and not let anything or anybody stand in the way of doing what they want to do or becoming who they want to become. I want kids to shine and step in to their immense potential. You might be wondering what all this means for the podcast. Beginning February 14th, we'll be releasing the new season of the podcast featuring our very own young creators. This podcast will become a voice for kids to share their stories, their perspective, their creative genius, and transform into creators of their own brighter futures. With that in mind, our young creators will largely be an online training center for kids and their parents. I've been fortunate enough to work side by side with my daughter, and now is the time for you to create something amazing with your kids, with a little help from me if you need. Our very first training is all about what I'm doing right now, podcasting. Let's face it, there are loads of online trainings aimed at business owners and adults, but I haven't really run across any that specifically address the desire of parents to bring their kids into their family businesses or to teach kids these tech skills. I want you to head over and grab our new guide, 11 reasons why now is the perfect time to start a podcast and how you can get your family in on the fun. If you're listening to the podcast and you don't have a business, that's okay too. A podcast is something your entire family can do together as a way to bond and not bicker over technology. You can grab the guide as well as a spot in our upcoming masterclass on January 20th. We're celebrating the new brand here at Our Young Creators, there is absolutely no charge for this masterclass for you and your kids, and it's my gift to you. The masterclass on the 20th is going to be hands-on and interactive. If you head over to our new website, ouryoungcreators.com/masterclass, you can grab your guide along with a free spot in the masterclass, which is going to be held on January 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific. Don't worry if you're listening to this podcast on the go. All the details of the masterclass are going to be delivered straight to your inbox so you know when and where the class is going to be held, in case you forget. Until the first episode of Our Young Creators premieres on Wednesday, February 14th, go over and grab the guide and get access to the masterclass while it's still free. Head over to ouryoungcreators.com/masterclass to grab the guide and a spot in the training. Okay, my friends, I am beyond excited to bring these new opportunities to you, and I cannot wait to see you and your kiddos in the masterclass. Cheers.